Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. So we've been on this boss for almost 3 days now, and we've put in about 150 wipes, and this is our best attempt. We haven't killed it yet. Don't expect to kill at the end. You know, a lot of people who watch a stream, they're just watching us, and they can't believe how many times we're wiping to this boss. But in all reality, is difficult bosses in World of Warcraft have taken top guilds well over 500 attempts. If you want examples like Ragnaros, I'm pretty sure like any of the top 5 kills they put in at least 500, and that's just how it is. You got to wipe to understand your mistakes to figure out what's going on in the fight. And this fight, there's a lot to figure out. There's more room for error than I've ever seen on any fight ever, and because of that, you're gonna have a lot of wipe, and you're gonna have a lot of learning experience, and often they're gonna be very unfortunate. So I'm just reviewing this attempt here because it is our best. This first boss is actually really easy. We've killed him like most of the time. During this transition, it seems like we got the second boss here right when you see those little armies moving across the screen. If those guys hit you, you practically die. I can determine through it, but the idea is to not get hit by these walls of people. That's the shield. Each one of these bosses has a shield, and different things happen. The first one, he retaliates. You can still use pet attacks and some different things. It's pretty complicated, but we actually did not have a very good push there. We had basically the boss's push when the one that you're on hits 30%, and this second one came out right as those walls were moving, and he does the volley, which you're seeing there. He does that right away. So you're actually very lucky that he didn't volley the entire ring. He's casting Sleight of Hand here. Sleight of Hand is a buff that he casts on himself, which you can see there. I have a timer for. And if you hit him during this when he's not stunned, you get a 50% damage reduction, 50% extra damage taken for 30 seconds. So it's very important that you stun him there. And we had a pretty good stun, but I always play cautiously. I don't do too many things. But attacks that go through the pet, like kill command, you can do those whenever. Those will not trigger it. So right now, we're just on this boss right now. There's 4 bosses altogether. This is the easiest one to have for the rest of the fight. So it's best to have this one first. So again, we were lucky on this fact. Basically, whenever you kill a boss, one of his abilities retained throughout the whole fight. The first one does the wall of people. This one does this pillage attack, which you'll see here. It's just like a circle on the ground that you gotta avoid. That's really it. There's nothing to it. Very, very simple mechanics. You have to deal with that through the rest of the fight. So that's why it's the best to get this guy first, even though he's not the easiest person to kill. By our experience, because we've done it so much, the first boss is probably the easiest for us to kill, followed by the mind control guy, followed by this guy. This guy's like the third easiest. So he does the volley thing. He's hitting 30% here, and you can see the other one come out. The other one is one who does a mind control. So the timing was pretty good here because he did the sleight of hand, which is not that big of a deal. It's kind of DPS loss to begin with, and then we had the wave, which is another DPS loss. So it kind of balanced out. Our DPS is pretty strong because of that. And it looks like you want that sleight of hand to happen right around where it did, because it's going to come up again here, and we're not going to have the mind control quite yet. So it looks like our timing was quite good. There we go, maddening shout, and it looks like the other one died just in time. Timing wasn't actually very good as I expected earlier. It seems like it would have lined up if we hadn't killed him, but we did kill him. So the timing in the end was actually quite good for a different reason, for the reason that we were able to kill the mob before the mind control went out. And that seems like it won't be a problem in the future. We just have to have good DPS on the primary target. We have to keep it up. So this mob right here, he has a mind control, and he has like some kind of thorns ability where the raid takes damage if you, it's like kind of like a reflect. The reflect is not really a big deal, doesn't cause people to die, but the mind control can cause people to die because you take like a significant dot damage over the course of the mind control, and to be broken out you have to deal damage to each other, and that can be a problem. That's why we're stacked up like that. We're trying to group up to do some light AoE without dots, without snares, without stuns, and it seems like the mind controls are being broken quite effectively. You can see like pillage going up through the fight because we killed the archer dude, but it's really like a a non-issue. Pillage is very easy mechanic. The order that we got is not regarded as the best, but this is the second best order that you can get. Aside from this mind control guy, there's another guy who does like cast and shadow. He's probably the hardest one to kill, but it's best to get the mind control guy last, because the mind control comboed with the wave of mobs that runs through, comboed with whatever else, can be a real problem, as you can see here in a second. This guy doesn't really have like a shield attack like all the other three. It's just like the reflect damage, so we just pretty much ignore it. And we're looking for a push here. We got flanking orders right before the push. You can see the boss pushes as flanking orders ends. That is like amazing timing on the push. So we're looking really good here. The mob that just spawned, he does a shadow blast. It's a raid AoE, and it's the ranged duty interrupted. We have a rotation, which I was part of. We all got the interrupts correctly. We got Kray's thought over here. It looks like we're gonna get this guy down. This is MC. So we got MC before the shield of the next guy. That is absolutely like necessary. Here's the shield. And someone hit it, so we wiped. If you hit the shield of that boss, he does like a raid AoE of like 300k. And the problem is, when you have that raid AoE and you have a mind control and all the bosses are stacked on top of you, you come to the issue of, do you AoE and trigger the shield, or do you like spread out and slowly hit each other while the mind control ticks for like 80k, So there's so many conflicting things. And looking back on our attempt here, it looks like we got very lucky with the order. We got very lucky with the first two pushes, and we just made the mistake in the end. But the thing is, using this information for a future attempt, it looks like, even though the enrage is pretty tight, we were still 3 minutes out on this one. And with everyone alive, I think we could have made it. I think we could have made it by maybe in like 250, 240 as well. And I think in the future maybe we can learn from this that it may be best to stall DPS a few seconds, just to allow the waves of the walls of people to come through, and to maybe dictate the timing of the fight a little bit better. Also, what you noticed is you saw like a couple of the deaths from the tanks in the mind control. In the mob that does the mind control. That one hits the tanks really hard. I don't exactly know what's going on with that, but I feel like we can, maybe try to put some effort to improve that in some way, because we always are out of battle reses moving into this phase. While we wouldn't have, necessarily killed it on this attempt if we had a few more reses, but should we not have triggered the shield, getting up, an extra 2 players that we would have otherwise used on the tanks in terms of reses, that would have been a big deal, especially if we would have, stalled the fight a little bit to get an ideal push through the next mob. So there you have it, guys. One of the most complicated fights ever, that I've seen at least. We're probably gonna get a kill tonight, but it's been a lot of work, and this is the first time I've done one of these like review of the videos that wasn't a kill, because when in the past, whenever a guild kills the boss, they get the video, they put the music, and oh man, everything's so perfect, we did all that. But studying what you could have done better, what worked in the case where you had a good attempt, I feel is a very important thing that I might try to do some more of in the future. So hopefully you've learned some insight on this fight, and hopefully we'll get it down tonight. And if you guys want to check it out, check out the stream. And otherwise, see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.